It's still December 11th, 2024. Apologize again for my sinus infection. If I sound nasally or I cough, please forgive me. I'm still trying to get through it. This video I'm doing is about the mysterious drones in New Jersey. I saw the story last night on Barry Cunningham's show, and then other people caught on and were other YouTube channels covered it as well. So I'm going to show you just a little bit of these videos, so you, in case you haven't heard, although it seems everybody's heard by now, but just in case, I'm going to play this little one here.
The skies above the east, reports of mysterious drones.
Look, guys, there's one there, one there, one there.
Turning into thousands of posts going viral online.
Coming in one after one.
With people from coast to coast now spending a lot more time looking up than pointing their cameras into the night.
This is bizarre. There's more over there, look.
Some could be optical illusions, planes that seem closer than they are.
You can hear that one. That is definitely a plane.
But others have defied normal explanation.
What the
Car-sized drones operating for hours in restricted airspace and able to elude local law enforcement when they send their own drones up to give chase. In New Jersey, the Army reporting the Picatinny Arsenal has had 11 unauthorized drone incursions in the last month.
Look what's back again. Same spot as last night.
21 local mayors now demanding answers from the state.
The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. This is something we're taking deadly seriously.
I just want to add that if they were unauthorized over restricted airspace, such as that military station in New Jersey, why weren't they shot down and gathered up to find out what they were? Because they're just drones. There's no people in them. It's not like they're shooting down a plane. Why did they not do anything? That was my question, and a lot of people's questions. So, just putting that out there.
The entire month before that, it was nightly drone incursions over Langley Air Force Base.
Let's just start with current events.
Today, a congressional hearing on Capitol Hill on the national security threat drones pose.
What is going on in New Jersey?
We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights.
But for those...
Mind you, I'm seeing that this story of people seeing the drones, it was like 8 days ago. So I find it odd that the FBI agent doesn't have a clue. I'm wondering how that could possibly be.
Who see them on a nightly basis.
Not a plane. That is a drone in the airspace.
The drones are a very real reminder.
Almost hear a little bit of a hum.
That our airspace...
It's a very little thermal signature.
...is not as secure as we might hope.
Well, that does make you feel kind of freaked out, for sure, in a way, saying, kind of uneasy about it, because you're like, well, where did this come from? But this particular video that I am getting from Barry Cunningham's show, because I didn't know what the name of it was, so I'm going to share it here, and this is what seems really important to me.
There a little bit, but they just hover back and forth. Orton, New Jersey resident and Terror Talk podcast host Michael B. has spent the past 2 weeks attempting to see what these peculiar-looking light-up moving dots are in the sky with a drone of his own. But so far, he hasn't had any luck.
The other night, there was, right here over at Picatinny, there was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down, dead battery.
Okay. That, to me, is the most important information out of all the news that has been on these drones. Because if it was a regular drone, which it isn't, because as you heard, they're car-sized, so they're huge. You know, most drones are small. So what is it? What are these huge drones? How much do they weigh? You know, I don't know how they got them up there, but that's, I mean, obviously, if you shoot those down, by the way, I was saying you could shoot them down, but if you do shoot them down, you're going to have to make sure it's over somewhere where there's no buildings or people. So I guess that's maybe why they didn't shoot them down. I answered my own question. But in any case, there were other stories about 50 drones following the Coast Guard, one of the Coast Guard's lifeboats in the water. They were like hovering over that, and that's very odd. Coming out of near the east, right over the ocean, and all of a sudden they're there following the boat. But to me, this particular report was really important, that man's, because if it was a regular drone, that man's drone would have gone up there and it would have flown by that other drone, and it would have been no incident, it wouldn't have been anything. And the fact that it was fully charged and then all of a sudden it has no power and it just kind of dies tells me that big drone has some kind of capability to basically strike in, I mean, not really striking, but has the capability to shut down incoming flying objects that get too close to it. Has some kind of program, some kind of capability to do that, which seems more of a higher tech intelligence than just a regular drone. And the fact that it did that made me think it didn't want his drone close to it. And my thought was, maybe because he didn't want the person taking pictures or getting close enough to take pictures to see exactly what this drone was. So it wasn't going to be allowed to be, pictures taken or investigated in any way in the sky close enough to see it. It has these capabilities to shut down and to kill the power on these flying objects, these other drones. And so what are they trying to hide? And, you're thinking, the military said it's not them. Is it our government? Is it are they foreign drones? People keep bringing up, don't you remember the Chinese spy balloon? Well, that was what it was said. I always thought it was just a weather balloon, but other people are saying, oh, it was a spy balloon. Well, whatever you think. So that made it brought up past mentioning that, remembering that. And so this these, and there's pardon me, there are a bunch of them, and apparently they were also down before that around Langley Air Force Base, which is what I heard on the news, a highly sensitive base. And then later on, I saw that the news was reporting through X that the Pentagon was saying, oh, well, it's Iran and it's China. But then they, an hour or so later, they changed and said, no, it's not them. So they seem to have no clue, which I find very odd, that nobody has a clue. And it's flying around our our skies. And you would think people who are big on this would be, our government that's about national security, about watching, incoming, whatever it is, into our airspace. They would be quite aware, and they'd be following that, tracking all that information. Perhaps they are, but I find it very strange. It just reminds me of the time when the planes over the Pentagon during 9/11 could just fly around in restricted space in Washington, D.C. without being shot down or done, nothing done to them. I found that odd too. Here I find this as well, just as odd. So I'm just wondering what's going on with these. And, at first when they said, oh, it's China and Iran, well, of course, it's always Iran. It's sometimes China. I mean, that's what we always hear, so I'm not convinced of that. And then they changed it and said, no, it's not them. Who knows, but hopefully something will emerge soon in the coming days to explain what this is, especially if it's continuing. It's not like it just has stopped, apparently. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I'm sure you knew about it, but it's a good to get that out there for anybody who hasn't seen the news or wasn't aware of it. I'll be back later, but if you like my content, I would like you to, if you wouldn't mind, follow my channel and like my videos if you do like them. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.